All right, back out in the shop. I'm not going to say it's another day in the shop because it's about 6:30 in the evening. It's just been too hot during the day to be out here. Can't get it cooled down enough. My water tank for the shop is above ground. It's out there in the sun. I actually have to run the hot water out of the garden hose to get water cool enough to put in my swamp cooler so the swamp cooler don't blow hot air. But we're back out here. We're going to work on a few things. Shop dogs, what are you doing? You getting you some water? What are y'all doing? You already had your dinner, so we should be good for the night shift, right? Shadow, you good for the night shift? Cisco says just turn the swamp cooler back on. So what we're going to work on this evening is I'm going to work on getting this this rear quarter cleaned up, smoothed up, ready to go. Get some primer on it. Hopefully by the end of the evening, we'll see. Depends on if I got to put any body filler in there on top, the fiberglass and stuff. In the meantime, I did get some parts in today. I've got the side covers for the inside of the trunk. These go over on by the wheel wells, trunk side panels. Got a few other things here. I finally got my shrinking disc from Eastwood, so I'll be using that on the rest of this quarter here for these high spots, and then over on the fenders. What else do we get here? We got our plastic window escutcheons for the door and the window handles. I got my the rear stone deflector that goes between the rear of the car and the bumper. Got some new window crank springs. That fell out of the bag. A new license plate light. I got the grommets that go in these holes here for your wiring to come through, your wiring harness. A couple, they call them license light sockets, and I'm thinking they're probably in here for my interior lights. Empty bag. I got clips that hold the door locks in. I got a whole box of interior screws, and it didn't say how many or what size, what length and stuff, but it's supposed to be a whole kit, that will do the entire interior of the car. And then I got glove box liner. I had one I could have used, but it's a little ratty, so for the price I just went ahead and ordered a new one. So that's all the goodies we got today. I'll be using a few of them pretty quick. Most of them will go in after I start putting the interior together. So that's what we're going to be working on today. Mainly is that rear quarter there, and try to get this buttoned up. We'll see how long we work out here. I got it down from 104 to 97 in here in just about an hour. So that was took about half the water out of my swamp cooler. So that's what we're going to be working on. I'll get you guys set up on a time lapse and see how the night shift does here. So thank you all for coming back, and we'll catch you on something here in a little bit. Well, we're gonna call it a night. It's 4 minutes until 1 a.m. But we got a nice 84 degrees out here. Shop dogs, they just been laying around in front of the swamp cooler and the fan and sleeping. So I've been over here slaving away. We got this pretty well done. Let's see if we can get the light so you can see it there. Still got a little spot, a low spot somewhere here, right there. Still got a low spot right there. I got a glaze. I need to tap down a little bit here because I've got a high spot. Speaking of high spots, anyhow, I'm gonna call it a night. I was hoping to get this thing all primed with the self-etching high build primer tonight. Sand tomorrow. Not sure. I know that primer's got to sit, I believe it's 4 hours. I'll have to look and see what the ideal application temperatures are, but speaking of high spots, oh man, holy cannoli. I have just found my new favorite body tool. I mentioned to you guys a while back about a flapper disc, not a flapper disc. See, it's getting late, I need to go in. Shrinking disc. And I can try to put a link to the guy's YouTube channel where I learned about it. I wish I would have learned about it and bought one of these before I ever started this project. But if you guys remember right, and you can still see a lot of them, I done a lot of high build self-etching primer on the other side, filling in my low spots. So most of these here were actually highs where I'd sanded and took the primer off. And you can see a little bit right there, but that shrinking disc, I mean, you put it on, you have to be very careful. You put it on there and run it over your high spot, which I don't even feel any now. I mean, you can put it on there for 20, 30 seconds and then either hit it with a damp rag or air and cool it, and it shrinks those high spots back down. In fact, this one here, that's why it still looks that way. I think I got in a little too much, but I could actually see where this high spot, as I was doing it, this high spot went right back in here into this putty, and I took that whole high spot out. Still got a little bit right there. It's not going to remove your low spots. If you got somewhere where you can't get in with a hammer and dolly though, this thing is slick. And it don't take much getting used to. I just got it today, threw it on I bought the 4.5. You can get them all the way up to like 12 inches or something if you're doing big panels. But basically what it does is it puts heat into that wherever you put it, and you hit it with that cold air or wet rag, and it shrinks that high spot back down. And that's what a lot of these high spots on this were. When I done those lower replacement panels, I didn't know that much about metalwork. And so I had a lot of high spots just from, some of it from welding too much, too quick. I didn't know about that back then either. If you remember, this side of the car here is the one that I basically came back in this rear quarter because I didn't even know about the short strand fiberglass filler for putting on all my weld seams. But hopefully what I can do is when I get on to the fenders and maybe even a little bit on the hood. I can do a video on this thing to show you how simple it is. I mean, you have to be careful. You read the instructions, and you don't want to put too much heat in it because then you'll have a low spot. But yeah, that's my newest, favoriteest body tool right there. So we're gonna call it a night tonight. I gotta clean up my mess here, bring the vehicles back in so they don't get no rodents chewing on wires or anything like that. We'll see if I can get this primered tomorrow. Maybe it'll be cool enough here in the morning. I can get it that little bit of glazing and then get it primered. And if not, then I'm going to go ahead and I got my hardware now. I got my little, where are they? My little jack nuts. So I will, if I can't do the primer tomorrow, I'll get in here and start working on those fender skirts. Bring you guys along for that. I think it's going to work out pretty good. I know once I do what I'm going to do, everybody's going to say, oh, it's going to be a pain to get off when you got to change a flat tire. Well, it is what it is. It's still going to be just a matter of a couple small bolts and that fender skirt will come off. Maybe a couple clamps. So, I'll show you all what I figured out on that, and I think I'm going to go ahead and use it on the front and the rear of the fender well, just because, like I say, these things don't fit real good. So this will make them fit a little better, give me some alignment holes, and that's going to do it for tonight. I want to thank you all for coming along and watching, and hopefully we get back out here tomorrow. We're kind of going into a cooling trend. I think today was like 112. We're supposed to be dropping down to like 110, 109, 108. Maybe by the end of this week, we'll be back down into a 99 or 100. And I can deal with that out here, as long as I'm not spraying any paint that's got to have a ideal application temperature. So thanks for coming along, and we'll catch you all later. All right, welcome back. If you watched that, that was an exercise in patience, persistence, something, I don't know. Most frustrating thing, y'all ever use a staple gun or a hammer stapler or anything like that? You know how, oh, you drop the box and these things break all into little pieces and then you got to feed them into your gun. Yeah. Just getting these apart was one of the trying times of doing this, but got it all on there. Like I say, I believe when I do this the final time, I'm going to go ahead and glue it and then put the staples back in. I didn't get them real tight. I'm going to have to devised something a little different to do that, just so they tighten down a little more, but there it is. We'll get over here now and start getting it clamped on the car, see how it affects the fit, and then go from there. We're down to 98 in here. We're probably going to let it cool off a little more. Shop dogs, you hungry? Are you hungry? Shadow, is it time to eat? Y'all ready to go in and eat? Yeah? Okay. Okay. Yep, I know you're hungry. We'll get you, okay. We'll take the dogs in, let them eat. They don't like to eat very good unless they're sitting right there around my chair eating. I got to encourage them, but especially on these hot days. Like a lot of people, I think I'm the same way. When it's too hot, I kind of lose my appetite. Drink lots of fluids. So we're gonna get them took in and let it cool off a little bit more out here. I was hoping we'd get a good rainstorm. We could yet today. Had some thunder boomers going on. They got a good storm about 7 miles north of us in the town of Meadview, but we got about 10 drops. So we'll let it cool down a little more, get the dogs fed, be back out here in a little bit. Thanks for watching. All right, we're back. Went ahead and got this through on there. Not entirely happy with the way it fits. And I know that's still got to come out a little more. I don't have it anchored there yet. I don't know. It fits in places it don't. I've got, I put some extra clamps in there, and put some extra clamps in there. You can look, I don't know if you can see it. I still got a gap right through there. So that part still needs to go up. I got a clamp right here, and I got a clamp about right here. And those are just the regular fender well, or fender skirt clamps that came with the kit. I know this has got to come out a little bit, about a quarter of an inch or so. Got a gap here, mainly by the top of the gasket. This don't fit too bad, but I would assume this should line up here. Now I had that fairly close without the gasket. Then when you put that gasket on, it's fairly thick, and so that drops down. I don't know. I've never I've never had fender skirts on anything. Never had a set on, never. Only time I ever been even around anything with fender skirts were at car shows, and not that many of those. And it's interesting because I know there was at least one or two that I seen. I can work that gasket a little bit. There was one or two of them I seen at car shows. Don't know if they was OEM, aftermarket. I don't know what they was, but I remember thinking to myself, man, that's about a crappy fit. So maybe that's just the way these things fit. Maybe if you had OEM ones, they would fit better. I don't know. But I'm going to keep messing with it here. Like I said, I've got it clamped in there fairly well. The only other thing I don't know is I'm almost fairly certain you can't get a tire on there without the fender skirt, or with the fender skirt, excuse me. If that's the case, then any additional clamps that I do, put the tire on, put the fender skirt on, how am I going to get to those extra clamps? I don't know. I just don't know. I would ask for suggestions, but hopefully I'll already have it figured out one way or the other by the time this video comes out, but I don't know. Maybe this wasn't the best idea. If you get back here about, let's see, about 10 feet away, it don't look too bad. Is that gasket really necessary if you do additional clamping like I done? Because that would get it up there and probably line it up better. Back there on the back corner, on the rear corner, you can see I got quite a bit more gasket there. It's clamped up about as far as I can get it. I might be able to body work that lip on the fender itself a little bit, but anyhow, this has been a tedious process. I bet I got 6 to 8 hours just in this one side already. Hopefully I get it figured out and the other side won't take near as long, but it's still hot in here. It's 97 degrees. I'm going to go ahead, take the dogs in, get them their dinner, come back out and probably mess with this the rest of the evening and see what I can do. So we'll catch y'all in a little bit. All right, welcome back to another day here in the shop, working on the 53 Ford Victoria. Shop dogs, what y'all doing today? Cisco? You want to say hi? You've been yipping all morning. You want to tell the people hi? Jax, you want to tell them hello? Shadow? Nobody wants to say hi today? Well, there you go. Yep, tell them hello. Good girl. So what we're working on today is we're still on the fender skirts. We're getting closer. I showed you all yesterday where I got it on, got the weather strip on there, or the gasket, whatever you want to call it. Got it on here, done some clamping and fitting and stuff. What I've done today, so what I've done today is I went ahead and I got my jack nut in there and got it tightened down. A little bit of a pain. You got to do for this size, I did a pilot hole. I don't know what size it is. And then you end up with a 25/64 drill bit. That's a little larger than the jack nut. You don't want a loose hole. But the other thing I had to do is I had to get me a little bitty pair of vice grips and get on there and hold that while I tighten the bolt into that jack nut. And I don't know if you can see on the back side. Probably not, but we'll see here. You can kind of see it right down in there. Yeah, not very well. Anyhow, what it does, if you've never dealt with a jack nut, is basically when you, see if we get it to focus here. When you screw your bolt into that, they call them pedals. The little pedals spread out and hold it in there. So, took a little bit to make sure I had a good tight fit. I probably could have put those vice grips down inside there on the back side if I couldn't get it tight enough doing it the way I did it. But it's in there good and tight. So then what it'll do, I've still got my regular fender flare clamp here that came, or fender flare, I keep calling them fender flares, fender skirt clamp there. So basically that will go in, that'll go in this groove. That'll go in this groove here. Kind of give it a spot to hold it in place. And I can clamp this one up. The regular clamp that's on it. And then back here, those 1024 bolts will screw into that right there. I mean, it'll thread in. It's just wide enough for it to thread in. So I'm going to try to use those as additional clamps on top. Like I said yesterday, I don't know if I'll be able to get them on there or not with the tire on it. Fairly certain. I mean, as that sits right now, I got it sitting on jack stands, so those springs are completely drooped, and I don't even have shocks on it yet. So I don't know, once I put a tire on there and then go to install the fender skirt, if I'll be able to even put a couple extra clamps up here on top. We'll see. So that's what we're working on today. Let me get that on there. Make sure I got it lined up good with that jack nut. And then I'll probably get the other one out and just come over and double check the fit on this one over here and see if I need any work on that fender opening. I think it should be good, but won't be 100% certain until I start working it up in there. And once I get that, then I can do the same thing. I'll get the gasket put on it, do the final fit, get my jack nut on that side, and call it good on them. I got a little bit of sanding to do on this side. I've got an order coming in. I got to pick up at the post office today, but I got some powdered guide coat that I can start using on this. And then the other thing I still got to do is I have to get my 2 nut zerks put in on the driver's side that holds the fender. And then I should be where I can get this thing back down on the ground. So we'll just keep working along here and bringing you back from time to time and keeping you up to speed. So hope you're all having a good day. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in a little bit. Okay, welcome back. A little bit of an evening update here. Shop dogs, what do you think, huh? It cooled off, hasn't it? Yep. What are you doing, Shadow? You gonna say hi? No? Okay. Not much of an update. I didn't get back out here this afternoon. I had to go download all my video clips and had to go to the post office. Our post office is about 10 miles away, and it's not a typical USPS post office. It's a contract post office. So our mail final delivery here comes out of Kingman, which is an hour and 10 minutes away, depends on how you drive. And they typically don't get packages till, I'm going to say between noon and 3 o'clock. So had some I was waiting on, had to go into town, pick them up. Time I got back, downloaded my video clips, opened my packages, everything. I really don't feel like crawling around under there tonight and working on that other fender skirt. But I did get some goodies. I got all my masking tape that I ordered. I got my dry guide coat. I'd ordered another thing of this dolphin glaze. And I actually ordered 2 of them. So this one here, this is the one I've been using. It takes a hardener just like Bondo does. And it's good if you're doing larger areas. But as I was researching and looking to order it, I also found this 1K combination putty. And it's Dolphin Ultra Smooth Acrylic Putty. And reading online about it, this will work better. This here, like I say, if you got to mix up enough to do, some low spots or glazing a large area, it's okay. But like I say, it's like Bondo. You got to work it pretty quick. This stuff here is supposed to be better for, if you get any areas where you've got, and I don't know if you'll be able to see them here or not. I know I got some, but right in here, there's several pits there from air pockets. Reading about it online, you just take a little bit of it and put on a rag. You don't use a putty knife. Put it on a rag and you just put it in there and wipe it across it a couple times. And unlike a knife, then it'll actually fill it in. It's not pulling it back out or leaving any air trapped under it. So real curious to see how that works. Got a couple other things. One of the things I had to do, on one of my security cameras went out, so I had that ordered. Went ahead and got it put up and activated. So I think that's going to be the end of this one. Hopefully we'll be able to get out here tomorrow. We're kind of going into a cooling trend, and I can get on this other rear fender skirt tomorrow. This last week was a busy week. I didn't get much done. I got that fender skirt on the other side, and that was about it. Got kind of another busy week coming up this week. Don't know for sure what day yet. The guy's coming back out to repack the final cylinder on my backhoe. I know we got to go pick up a prescription for my wife. I'm working on getting her to a different pain doctor for her back. So we'll see how much I get done this week. But that's got to do it for this one. I got to go in and get this video edited so I can get it out and you guys can watch it tomorrow morning. So I want to thank you all for coming along as always, and I appreciate it. Appreciate some of the comments I've been getting. I can always use more. And shop dogs, tell them later. And tell them you see them later? No? We'll catch you later.